Hello, Pisces. Welcome. Ooh, what deck are we going to use? Welcome and welcome back, you guys. We're going to get into a reading. I also just heard 10-4. Roger that. So somebody's name could be Roger. Also, I love Outlander. And Roger in Outlander was a very intelligent person. He was a professor, very educated. He was a historian, and he ended up finding out that he had a hidden ability to travel through the stones of time. And he did so and found out he could do so by basically pursuing the love of his life, which was Brianna. Oh my goodness. The love story was beautiful. But he went through a lot of ups and downs. He had a hard time adjusting to the past because he was definitely a person who was very, I guess, accustomed to modern ways of life, at least in the time frame that the show is positioned. And, you know, he wanted to be loyal. He was definitely very loyal, and he definitely wanted to set the right tone, make a good impression. But it's just certain things. It's like he had to find his way. It wasn't a bad thing, but he did have to find his way when it comes to navigating certain situations and kind of find his voice. Literally, because there was an episode that's so crazy. Oh my gosh. I'll be doing stuff that I'll be channeling sometimes, and then it clicks in my head and I'll be like, yes. Child, there was literally an episode where he had to find his voice again after he was basically framed for being on the wrong side of the battlefield. I went into this before in one of the readings. Long story. However, this could be a situation that you are dealing with as well. Like maybe some of you guys are in a position where you're trying to get your footing. You're trying to, get grounded in whatever situations that you're in. And you could be feeling as if you're being pulled and pushed in different directions. And what it is that you just have to find your footing. You have to find your voice. I feel like a lot of you guys will be able to do this, but you got to know that you got to do things the way that feels authentic to who you are. I'm hearing foreign as well. So you could be in a foreign country. Some of you could be in the military, because I heard Roger that 10-4. Some of you guys could be going overseas. Some of you guys could be deployed. I know I do have a lot of military people who watch me. So listen, salute to you, sir or ma'am. And whatever it is that you have to do, just know that you're protected. Know that you are loved. Know that we're looking forward to you coming back home or wherever you are, that we are praying for you. Okay. And we're covering you with the energy of protection. Ooh. Some of you could have a person who's being deployed, like a spouse, okay, or a parent, or maybe a sibling, a family member, something like that. Just send the positive energy out there into the world, even if you're not directly affected, because there are a lot of service people, whether they're at home or away, who are dealing with and grappling with a lot of things right now that could be very difficult to navigate. So interesting. This could also be a situation where you guys are getting some type of orders or assignments or possibly even advice and recommendations from people. And you're like, okay, Roger that, 10-4. Like, I hear you. I receive that. Okay. And maybe somebody is feeling that way about you. You could be in a position. Ooh, look at what 2 cards just popped out. You could be in a position. Ooh, it's 2:22. Thursday, October 23rd, 2:22 p.m. You could also be getting appreciation from someone by them saying, yes, I hear you. I'm going to follow this advice, or I'm going to do whatever this is that you recommend I do, because they trust you. They trust your judgment. They trust what you're capable of understanding about their situation. So this could be somebody taking your advice. All right, let's see. Stuck in the past. Someone is stuck in the past. Child, why are these 2 cards that flipped out? Black magic. Someone has been using dark magic, I guess. What is this? We're going to get into it. You guys be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. We are on the road to 50K and we're trying to get there before the end of the day. No, I'm just playing, but you know, okay. But thank you guys for your support. Please subscribe. Please like the video. It really helps to engage with the content. And if you want to check out any of my services, I offer more than just personal readings. There's a link to my website below. Okay. We also have upgrade. Your life is about to have an upgrade. Okay, spirit. And behind the scenes, there's a lot going on behind the scenes. Things are happening that you cannot see. So there's an upgrade here. That's what all of this is about. There's an upgrade in your life. You're entering into a time in your life where things are improving, or that you're having some type of enhancement, I guess. Some of you guys could be getting some type of surgical enhancement. I don't judge. Do what you got to do. This could just be you going to the dentist, getting a filling. Okay. But there is a time in your life that you are experiencing right now, or that you are soon to experience, or that you may already, have dealt with recently, where you're in this upgrade type of energy. You're getting the newer model. Okay. This could be a car. All right. And I feel like because the upgrade card is here along with this stuck in the past energy and black magic, unfortunately, with behind the scenes, it feels like there's an energy or an entity working in your headspace, your heart space, in your atmosphere around you, or through people who you encounter on a regular basis, that could be trying to keep you stuck in the past when it's time to move forward. This is not a time to be lamenting or holding on to things that you have experienced and bringing it with you. All right. The baggage got to get left at the gate. We can't bring it with us. You can only bring one carry-on, and that needs to, it's important. There's only so much space in that carry-on. It can only be so big. So you can only put things in there that are actually going to be valuable to you in the next few stages of your journey. Don't take anything with you that you don't need. Anything that I feel like negatively affects you in a way that brings you back to a time in your life that was really bad is not good. But if you have like mementos, photos, things like that, and they actually uplift you and motivate you, that's cool. If you have items or, memories even that you want to hold on to and cherish, that's cool. You don't have to get rid of everyone and everything that has been a part of your journey up until this point. What you do want to do, okay, what we're suggesting here, spirit working through me, and, what I feel like we need to be talking about is just making sure that we don't pack anything that we don't need. All right. There's definitely forces at work behind the scenes that don't want to see this upgrade flourish. Like they don't want to see you flourish in this situation. I'm not necessarily feeling like this is a person, but it could be. It kind of feels like more thoughts, feelings, emotions, baggage, things like that. I feel like someone has been working against you to keep you stuck in the past because they don't want the future to transpire, or they don't want some type of change to transpire. But nobody can control that when it comes to your life. And that's just on period. What else does Pisces need to know? Established, settled, secure, and wealthy. Interesting. Ooh, baby. I'm gonna need. Can I tell you what I need? Can I tell you what I need? I'm gonna need for motherfuckers to chill. That's what I need. I'm gonna need for motherfuckers to chill. I know I didn't just flip this over and it say envy. Am I tripping, y'all? Did I just flip this over and it say envy? I'm tapping on my third eye. I'm trying to make sure it's clean. I'm rubbing it off. It says resentful, competitive, discontent. I know somebody ain't mad that you finally got the upgrade in your life to make you established. Oh. Apology, arrogant, rash actions, insincere. Look at the cat. Meow. Listen, let me tell you something. I know about cats. One thing about cats is they'll rub up on you. They'll snuggle up with you. They'll cuddle up with you, knowing damn well they just boo-booed in your clothes or pissed on your shoes. All right, message. Somebody is envious of the fact that you've established yourself in a certain maybe career path. I also feel like someone could be envious that you've established your life in a way where you're settled, you're secure, you have wealth, and they're struggling, right? Okay. I just want to tell y'all, suited and booted. That's what I'm going to say. And it don't even, this could be a metaphor that connects us together. Because just like a soldier goes to battle or, may be called to war, a lot of us may be getting that call on the home front as well. And I'm not talking about governmental things. I'm talking about I guess you could consider it governmental. But anyway, I'm just talking about the struggles that everybody's facing. Okay. If you didn't go watch that reading survival mode, it would behoove you to check it out. It is going to require for you to use your brain cells and expand your attention span. But I feel like the information in that reading could be very beneficial because it kind of feels like there could be someone who is envious or competitive, resentful, jealous, upset that you have some type of what appears to be an upper hand or what appears to be positive change happening for you in your life when they may be experiencing challenges. Right? It's not negative because all the challenges that we face work towards our greatest good. And that's just on period. But there could be a person here who behind the scenes wants things to go back to the way that they were, because when things were the way that they were on top and things were working out better for them. And it may not have been working out that great for you. And what you need to know is if somebody come rubbing up on you, purring and, doing all that, trying to rub up on you and blink their eyes and look all cute in the face. Meow, 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 meow. Just because they ain't got their claws out and the teeth out doesn't mean they're actually looking out for your best interests. Because this could, look what just flipped over, bitch. Not false person. Because it could be that this person has done something or taken some type of action in the past to put you at a detriment, to tarnish or derail. I'm hearing derail your security, your stability, your safety, your wealth, your abundance in some way. Okay. Unexpected income with false person and despair. Oh, false person is card number 8. 27 is unexpected income, which could also be a 9. And despair is 32, which could be a 5. Somebody is experiencing some type of conflict. There could be a group that's going from 3 to 2. I also feel like you have some financial assistance coming towards you or material assistance. Like this could be materials, resources, possibly money, but it could just be like, it's something that you've earned that you weren't properly paid for or that you weren't properly compensated for. This could be a lawsuit. This could be a class action. This could be anything. And, I try to be as broad as possible while also trying to be specific when it comes to the storyline and the theme, because I know all of you could be dealing with different things. I'm not a lawyer though, so disclaimer below for all that. It just feels to me that someone is being forced to give you something that they should have already given you. It's like someone is being reprimanded or strongly suggested to make whatever this injustice or imbalance is right. And I feel like because, you're in a position where things are going well for you, you need to be aware of why someone was cast out. Because someone is definitely downtrodden. Somebody's definitely been cast out. And they're not out there on their ass for no reason. Okay? And it seems like this could also be a situation where someone was able to earn income in a way that they did not expect by doing something false, right? Like someone was able to get ahead or succeed or make money from being a liar or being a deceiver or being someone who is like a charlatan. And now they're being cast out because they're being found out when it comes to not having the credentials or the qualifications to do whatever this is that they said they could do. For you military people as well, it just popped in my mind of those TikTok videos that I was watching. I think Moist Critical, his name is like Penguins or something now on YouTube, but he did a video a while back about people perpetrating as military officials. Also, I think Papa Meat did a video about that as well, where a lot of people like to put on fake military outfits or their relatives' military outfits and claim that they have completed service and benefit from what service members and veterans are able to benefit from. And that's crazy. You know, like they want to park in the parking spots. They want to be able to get discounted meals or, you know, whatever benefits that military service people deserve to receive that sometimes they struggle to receive. It's like people take advantage of it and they don't deserve to receive it. That popped up in my head. Also, people who are on government assistance, who don't actually need the government assistance, but who are on it milking the system when in reality they could be possibly not deserving of it. And I don't like to say that somebody's not deserving of it, but I think that's why Spirit used the example of military service people and people perpetrating as if they've served, because they're making it clear to you and me so that I can articulate it to you properly. And so that you understand that it's not so much of, you know, a judgment being made against people who are on government assistance, but more so a highlight that is being shown on people who know that they're using and abusing the system and making it harder for other people who actually need to utilize those services and therefore cannot, because there's so much of an influx and an overflow of individuals who are falsely claiming that they should be a part of those groups. Okay, kicked out. There's a lot going on behind the scenes that you don't see. Woo, okay. Man, I also get this energy where there's a person here who's being sent back to the past. Like it kind of feels like anything that they were able to earn or gain from this false representation is being taken away, and it's basically putting them back at square one, not necessarily as a punishment, but as like, you know, okay, you can't cheat your way to the top. Like, you have to earn it lawfully and rightfully and justly, just like everybody else in the predicament that you claim to be in has had to do. And that's just how it feels. It's like you can't walk into a hospital and say you a doctor, but you ain't never went to school. Ooh, this could also be Spirit ain't playing. They over here snatching wigs, bitch. Okay, this could also be people who get honorary degrees, right? Because a lot of times people who get honorary degrees are given these accolades, and maybe they do deserve it because they've done the work on the back end. But there's a lot of people who get honorary degrees who don't deserve it. So whatever this is a situation where somebody is envious of you because you're getting an upgrade in your life, or you're being elevated to a certain position due to the fact that you hold the credentials or you qualify. You are actually a valid individual who is supposed to be able to take advantage of these services, or who is qualified to do the job. Okay. Somebody could be apologizing to you, but their apology is insincere. They are a false person. And they're still thinking that the games that they've played up until this point are going to continue to work. But because they don't even see what's going on behind the scenes and their judgment is so clouded and they make rash decisions from a place of arrogance, not realizing that the bounce back and the boomerang is real, they're also not seeing what's going on behind the scenes. What else? Ooh, y'all be sure to like and subscribe. Compromise. You know, I don't have a problem with compromise as long as it's as equal and balanced as possible. Okay. Ooh, not there's love and hate, mixed emotions, unclear feelings, conflicted emotions, confusion, bittersweet. Ooh, and committed, devoted, loyal, serious, dedicated, unwavering, sticking by you, following through, keeping a promise. Broken promises. When I was on my throne this morning, I heard that song. Isn't that the 3LW? Baby, no, I'm not the one. Say it again, say it again. Oh, no, I'm not the one. You do or you don't. Either you love me or you don't, bitch. It can't be love and hate. You do or you don't. You will or you won't. No more. No more. Baby, I'ma do right. If you can't. Be a man. No more. No more. Baby, I'ma do right. Okay, shout out to the 90s and the early 2000s, okay? From the 99 to the 2000 in this motherfucker, okay? You can't tell me that you love me, but then secretly hate me and secretly envious of me. It don't work like that. It just don't. It don't work like that. Now, I feel like either you're going to commit or you're not going to commit. Either you're going to do right. Either you do or you don't. That's what this is. This is a situation. Either you are or you ain't. Okay? 1 second. It'll be faster for you. All right. I had to get my stanky poo off the bus. Anyway. Be careful as well who you take money from or who you accept a job from, because they may be doing something illicit or explicit. I don't know what that means. They may be doing something bad. They may not be qualified to give you the order to do whatever this is that they're contracting you to do or asking you to do. Okay? That's why I tell y'all flat out, listen, I'm not a doctor, lawyer, or psychologist. And you don't want to get caught up in a situation where you need to speak to a professional and you think just because you heard me say something that you don't need to speak to a professional. That's bullshit, okay? Go speak to the people you need to speak to now. All right? Because I am not liable for the decisions that you make. What is this message, Spirit, for Pisces? 7 of Swords. What is going on? 10 of Pentacles. 7 of Wands. Ooh. Somebody might have definitely gotten some type of warning. For sure. All right. This could be a family situation. You could have a really fucked up family unit that you have come from. All skin folk and kinfolk. You could feel attacked, lied to, cheated on, betrayed by family members for a long time, especially about money, property. Ooh, wrong way. Money, property, resources, or anything like that. Like there could be a lot of money that's being swiped or taken unexpectedly. Somebody knows the truth, but they chose to lie. And I'm also hearing somebody thought what they're saying to another person, what they don't know doesn't hurt them, which is bullshit. I feel like, at least in this case. Like somebody could have been listening to a person, give them some type of advice, of what they don't know doesn't hurt them. So it's like if somebody was associated with you, Pisces, and they were dealing with somebody else, that other person was telling the person associated with you, oh, well, Pisces doesn't know that won't hurt them. And I feel like they did it in order to get whoever this is to do something that they shouldn't have actually done. Somebody was taking advice from the wrong person. I also feel like, I just feel like somebody did something they shouldn't have done. Somebody's strategy. This is, ooh, bless you. Good Lord. Security guard just sneezed real hard. But this could also be like somebody's strategy for a very long time. Somebody's been attempting to, it's like a part of their strategy was to catch you off guard or to disarm you or disable you in a way where you didn't know that you were being like taken advantage of. What's the Seven of Swords? The World. That cycle is over with, though. This is coming to an end. They can't do this anymore. Five of Cups, Strength card, Leo energy strongly, because the World card also has Leo on it. Could also be Aquarius, Taurus, or Scorpio. Possibly Scorpio season with this Five of Cups. Someone regrets this. They're very ashamed. It did not work out the way they thought it was going to work out. Somebody still has the chance to do right, or to do right by you, do right by someone. Whoever did wrong here, whether they knew they were doing it or not, they still have the opportunity to make something right. But it's going to take a lot of bravery and courage. This could be a person who's having to stand up to their family. If this is somebody whose family is trash, it may take a lot of bravery and courage for them to stand up to their family because they know maybe they have a lot of people in their family who are very vindictive. I also feel like this is somebody who could have been encouraged or advised by their raggedy ass family members to do wrong by you, because this person had an upgrade that they experienced, or they were established. They were the only one in their family who was about something. And their family used them to betray you because they knew that whatever benefits or gains this person was going to acquire was something that they wanted, but they didn't want you, Pisces, to get it. Right? Like if you have an ex or something like that and their family was trash and this person sided with their family over you, it's because the family convinced them to betray you or to sacrifice you versus sacrificing all of them, because they knew that they could get in that person's head and convince them to do something against you easier than you could convince that person to like basically cut off their family. And whoever this is who did that, they regret it. It's like somebody really regrets the way a situation turned out. They really do. They really do. Somebody was able to convince a person to throw you under the bus, sacrifice you, sabotage you, cast you out, ostracize you, exile you in favor of other people because everybody was just around talking shit. That's what it feels like. This could even be your own family. And you may have someone in your family who regrets not protecting you and not being braver when it comes to the things that they knew were happening that were unfair. I feel like this is what that's about. What's Pisces energy? Ooh. Adios. Sayonara, bitch. Six of Swords. You could have strong Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini in your chart for some of you. You're moving on, though. You really want peace. You're still trying to heal from what was done. You're trying to get you and possibly even your kids, your family, people close to you who didn't abandon you. You're trying to get away from all this. You're still digging yourself out of the ditch that these people dug for you. Maybe the grave that they tried to bury you in. Five of Cups and the Moon. Cancer energy. Also fears, anxiety, the unknown. Something that's hidden as well. I feel like there's somebody here who regrets the way a situation turned out and the fact that they weren't brave enough to assist you. But also I feel like you kind of are a little sad about the way things turned out, because like the Three of Cups, these are the family members. Like, these are your friends. These are the people who you thought had your back, who you wanted to celebrate with, who you wanted to share your joy and your accomplishments with, that you now you can't do because these motherfuckers ain't shit. But there is someone here who still has your back, or they're still trying to help in a situation, probably behind the scenes. They're probably, that one person, that's trying to help you when everybody else turned against you. And they're doing it secretly. Everybody else doesn't know that they're doing this. The truth is coming out, though. There's a cycle of deception, lies, disorientation, distraction, all of these things that's coming to a close. I feel like you don't know when you're going to finally be done with this situation, but you really, I feel, are hopeful that it's sooner than later. You don't know what's coming around the corner as well. Oh, as well. Good Lord. 3 cards flipped out. Magician, 9 of Cups, Queen of Cups, 2 of Wands. People have been manipulating you into making decisions that they want you to think that you want these things. I'm saying it in a confusing way. People have been manipulating you into doing things that they want you to do under the disguise of you wanting to do it. So if you have family members who wanted you to go to a certain college, or they wanted you to be in a certain profession, they did things to manipulate you into wanting to go into that profession, or go to that school, or be in a relationship with that person, or marry this person, or even have kids if you didn't want to. Wasn't that an episode on the Cosby Show where that lady was like, my parents wanted me to go to school, but I wanted to major in this, but they wanted me to major in that. And then they wanted me to get married. And like, when are you going to get married? When are you going to have kids? And then she woke up one day and snapped and was crazy and needed to get her life together. Y'all remember that episode? Gemini energy, Aries energy, Scorpio energy. I almost said Capricorn for some of y'all. Strong Aries though. I feel like you as a Pisces definitely have been made out to be manipulative. I feel like you've been working a lot behind the scenes as well to make better decisions in order to treat yourself with a higher level of value, treat yourself with a higher level of self-esteem. You've really been working on your self-worth. I feel like you've experienced so much manipulation that it's like you could see it with your eyes closed. And I feel like you want to move forward to a different way of life, because it's like in the process of you trying to escape people who were manipulating you, you ended up having to be manipulative and resort to things that really aren't in your character, but that you felt like you had to do because you were dealing with some fucked up ass people. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of people won't understand that. A lot of people don't understand that sometimes people have to jump on the pole to get out of a bad situation. Okay, look at P-Valley. You get what I'm saying? It be situations. And folks love to judge you. And one of our good members, We were talking about this in the members reading, where people love to judge you when they don't know what the fuck is going on, and they really like what did you say? People love to judge you when they not even paying attention to the soft ass ground they standing on. Yeah. I feel like, Pisces, what you need to know is that you've been making a lot of good decisions. And I feel like you've been working a lot behind the scenes to heal from the things that people have done to you, and to get out of toxic situations that you feel like you didn't have any control over. But also, you've been working really hard to take accountability and get out of toxic situations that you know that you played a part in. You perpetuated some of this shit. But I don't necessarily think that all of you perpetuated it for the fuck's sake. Some of you, had to deal with it because that's what you had to deal with. And if the Queen of Cups was really a manipulative person or a problem, she would have came out reversed. Because all my decks are usually set up to be upright at the beginning of the reading, and the cards will flip out however they want. But it kind of feels like somebody may have tried to make you out to be manipulative, or say that you were manipulative, or say that you were sneaky in some way, when in reality, you were just doing what spirit was guiding you to do. You were just following the recommendations of your soul tribe and your spirit team, trying to make better decisions and having to keep things under wraps because you were dealing with a bunch of snake ass motherfuckers. Now that your life is upgrading and you're accomplishing this desired goal of finally being able to move forward, you need to understand that those tactics that you had to use and that you felt forced to use in those dire times and situations are not going to be necessary as you move forward. And you're going to have to grow out of that survival mode. You're going to have to grow out of those coping mechanisms and those survival tactics, and realize you don't have to do that anymore. That's going to be the hard part. Now we have the Seven of Cups at the bottom and the King of Wands. Wow. Okay, with the Magician, I guess, and the Seven of Swords, and we also saw the Seven of Wands. So there's been a major investment made, a long-term major investment of money, time, resources, energy that someone has put into confusing you when it comes to making decisions that are good for you. What's good for the goose is not always good for the gander. So if you got a gander of ignorant people who are users and abusers around you, they're going to want you, the goose who lays the golden eggs, to make decisions that are good for all of them, which may not actually be good for you. Strong Aries energy for sure. Scorpio energy. Libra. Possibly Leo for sure. Yeah. I feel like you were confused. You didn't know what choice to make. It was hard for you to leave people behind too. But you had to choose yourself. You had to choose what was best for you. Every single day it was a fight. Every single day it was a fight. Every single day it was a fight. To stay positive, to look at the bright side, to not take yourself up out of here because of all the things that have been done. Like, people don't know what's been going on behind the scenes with you and all the things, all the battles that you've dealt with spiritually. Wow. What is this World card with the Seven of Swords? Oop, see? I told you. If a card wants to come out reversed, it will. And the Queen of Cups did not. And the Nine of Cups did not. And that's your energy. So I feel like also, if you wanted to be an asshole, you could be an even bigger asshole. But I don't think you really want to. But somebody wants to make you out as if you do. Or that's just what you are. And that's just not true. Three of Pentacles reversed. Somebody could be losing a job. Somebody's definitely getting fired or losing their job. I don't think it's you. I feel like it's either a Capricorn, maybe a Cancer, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus. I wanted to say Virgo, Aquarius. Okay. It's like Somebody doesn't want you to recognize that a situation is over or a cycle is over. You are well taken care of. You are secure. You are wealthy. You are settled. Shut your mouth, because I heard you. I heard you say, no, I'm not. I'm not settled yet. I'm not secure yet. I'm not wealthy. Shut your damn mouth. Listen, you say what you want to say, but I was speaking over you in positivity. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I'm a motherfucking dime. If it's for me, then it's for me. What I tell them all the time. The affirmations of a real bitch. You want your shit? You the one. Ain't nobody fucking with you. Hey, hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. I hype me up. I got 99 problems, but I got 100 reasons. If it rains, sleet, or snow, I'm a ball every season because I got to hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. I hype me up. Say I'm enough, even when it's tough. I could fall 1,000,000 times and I'm still getting up because I got to hype me up. Period, bitch. You want your shit? You want your shit? You the one. Not the 2, not the 3, the 1. What did Kendrick say? Ain't no big 3, it's just big me. Yeah. Yeah, that type energy. You are settled, you are secure, you are wealthy, you are healthy, you are protected. Your life has upgraded. You are not where you used to be. You are not who you used to be. The Lovers is here with the 7 of Wands. Someone was warned about making these decisions. Someone made some decisions in this situation that I feel like they didn't know at the time were an issue. But they felt weird about it. They didn't want to lose their position. This could have been somebody who watched you get fired, but knew that you weren't at fault. They knew that you were getting lied on, but they were too afraid to say anything because they felt like it would, put them at a detriment. What I want to challenge you to do is, in your heart, do your best to forgive this person. If there was a family member who knew you were getting abused, if there was a coworker who knew that something bad was happening to you and could have spoken up on your behalf and didn't, if there was some type of, worker in an organization that knew that something was wrong when it comes to the company that they work for, but couldn't really do anything because it was just beyond their control. It was above them. I want you to forgive them. I challenge you to work on forgiving this person because they feel a deeply immense level of guilt for watching you be sacrificed. This person holds a lot of hatred for themselves in their heart. And I'm not trying to assume or presume how someone feels, but this is the vibe that I'm getting. But there's also, an energy of somebody who chose not to recognize the injustice that you faced. And I feel like there's some type of repercussions for that because they were warned. It's like, if there's a person here who owes you money or, was perpetrating as military when you actually served, or, I don't know what the situation is, kind of like what I was talking about earlier. It's like they chose to do that. They chose not to work, or they chose not to do the right thing, or actually work for whatever it is. They made a conscious decision because they didn't want to lose the position that they were in. They felt backed into a corner. They felt like, this is what they had to do. And it could have been, delusions. Because it definitely feels like somebody here was delusional and confused. And therefore they were like kind of permeating that energy, and it could have affected you, But now, because I feel like something is coming down the pipeline, there's a lot of sadness and regret of how a situation turned out. But for a lot of you, you need to remember that somebody is not actually sincere about whatever apology that they may bring to you in this situation. Okay. And for some of you, you have a person who is. Some of you just are dealing with somebody who got caught. And they're upset because whatever their plan or their strategy was, didn't work. And they ended up getting caught, or they ended up walking into their own trap. A lot of you guys are dealing with a false person who's still stuck in the past. And behind the scenes, they have some type of envy or animosity towards you having this upgrade in your life. And they're only compromising or committing to whatever they are obligated to do because, they have to, right? Like somebody's being forced to do something. You've made a conscious decision to focus on moving forward. That's the only thing you worry about. I don't think you really give a fuck about none of this shit. But I feel like you need to know. Because it affects you because people come towards you. Or there could be thoughts, emotions that pop up in your mind or in your heart. There could be things that you witness that affect your energy. So that's why you need to know. And what else for Pisces when it comes to this? Oh, child, not the man crying. Didn't we just do a reading where the woman was crying? Child. We have thorny at the bottom. Look at this. Difficult to handle. Too much discord. Needs love and care. And then look at this. Somebody come look at this. Sweet nothings. All talk, no action. See beyond the flattery. Okay, that cat. That cat. Some of y'all need to see beyond the cat. Being easily seduced. See, that's what I'm saying. Somebody got an attitude. Somebody right here got an attitude. Attitude, ratatouille. And they have a difficult personality. And now they're upset. And they feel like buttering you up or, flattering you. Trying to get you to have sympathy for them or whatever is going to save them. Even if you do have empathy or sympathy or forgive them, it's not going to save them. Especially if they know they did wrong and they chose to do wrong intentionally. That's why I tell y'all all the time, be mindful of those subconscious thoughts that trigger or influence your intentions, because anything that you do that has any whiff, iota of negativity connected to it or behind it, or that's the reason why you did it, that bitch will snap back on your ass. And sometimes you just got to deal with it. Sometimes you just got to learn from it. And that's just what it is. It's okay. But sometimes you can prevent it by trying to purify as best as you can the thoughts that you have and really evaluating your decisions before you make them, so that you don't have to deal with that backlash or that blowback. What's this man crying? 7 of Cups. Look at that. Confused. Having to make a choice. Having to make a decision. Don't know what choice to make. Delusional. Trying to cast illusions on the truth. Black magic, child. Page of Pentacles. Page of Wands. This is good news. This is a good message. A good sign. Potential. Whoever this masculine energy is, they either have the potential to confuse you, or they're unsure of why something is happening, either for you or to them. Look at that. 8 of Swords. Ooh. Ooh. That's a tough energy. This person is worried and confused. Somebody might be about to go to jail. Get locked up. Spiritual jail, child. I am not God. Somebody has the potential to go to jail and they're not sure if they're actually going to get jail time or something like that. Ooh. Somebody's definitely feeling trapped and confused. I will say, if any of you guys are in the military and you get orders, you could be feeling confused about whether or not you want to actually accept them. And it could be making you feel very mentally unstable, feeling very trapped, because you know that you may be cast as like a deserter, or you may have to face jail time. Like if you don't go overseas. Because I feel like you can sense that the establishment that's trying to deploy you really don't fuck with you like that. But you made a commitment. And there could also be love and hate on your end, because it's like you want to honor your word because your word is bond and you made a commitment. But there's also some fuck shit going on with false people. If you have a choice to take a job from somebody who you don't trust and you feel iffy about it, even if it will put you in a financially binding situation, I would go with your gut when it comes to making that decision. Because I don't think, it's like behind the scenes, you don't see what's happening. So it's like, I feel like there's hidden aspects that you don't necessarily have awareness to yet that you're going to pick up on. Like if you think you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm getting offered this contract, and, you know, I want to take it because of the money, and there's so many uncertain times right now, but I don't trust this person. I don't like this person. They not on the up and up. And, you know, that money could have some fucked up energy attached to it. I would go to your spirit team, but trust your gut. Because I feel like if you're worried about money, or you're worried about what's going to happen, or whether or not it's the right choice, it's like you already know what the right choice is, but all of these other things are coming in to kind of like distract you or confuse you. And I think that there's possibly something that's going to come through for you that you don't see, that will basically supplement whatever you feel like you may be giving up, or supplement whatever you feel like you may be turning down. Yeah, strength and the 7 of Wands. This is definitely like strength and bravery, physical strength, but also spiritual strength as well. Having courage through the fear of situations that you can't necessarily control, even if you're a person who's not in the military. If you are forced to go and you can't avoid it, I'm telling you they're not going to let nothing happen to you that is not meant to happen to you, right? Make peace with that. Cuz I can't say that you're going to be fine and, you know, everything's going to be fine. That's what I would desire, and that's what my energy is optimistic of, but I got to be real. And whatever is meant to happen is going to happen the way it's meant to happen. Make peace with that, because the fear and anxiety ain't gonna do nothing but fuck you up. It ain't gonna do nothing but fuck up your head. You gotta be at peace and accept that it is what it is, and know that you are protected. You know, because we established that. It's like somebody's worried about what could happen. And I see that on both sides of like a person who, you know, maybe did wrong unintentionally, but was afraid or bullied or blackmailed or forced. I see that from the side of people who have been, trying to stay on the right side of the tracks, but had to deal with some fuck shit that they feel like they didn't have any choice but to combat with fuck shit. I feel that from the side of people who feel like, they made mistakes. And even though they made a conscious decision, they see now that that wasn't the right decision. Any of you who are in that position, I feel like Spirit is trying to say that things are improving. And as long as you take accountability for the part that you had to play and make your best attempt to see it from a higher perspective and do what's right from this point forward. And I can't tell you what's right. Can't nobody else tell you what's right. Your soul, your spirit, what is inside of you dictates what is right in your mind's eye. I would say that, doing no harm is a part of it, but, sometimes it's unavoidable. Everybody ain't gonna come out unscathed. But as long as you do from this point forward, you move forward at your best and doing what you feel is best and right and just and fair to the best of your abilities, I don't think anything bad is going to happen to you. There are some people, though, here who definitely give no fucks. And I'm not sorry for whatever's going to happen, because that's what they brought. So, if you brought it, eat it. If it's BYOB, potluck style, don't bring no nasty plate. And then want to eat all the good macaroni and cheese and greens and greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes, hogs. Don't try to eat all the good food off of everybody else's plate who brought the good food when you brought that raggedy ass Vienna sausages. I mean, I ain't gonna knock Vienna sausages. You gotta do what you gotta do. But don't come in here with that. Don't come in here trying to eat at the cookout when you ain't brought nothing but plates. And you only brought the plates to make sure you had plates to take to go home. So, that's the energy of this situation. I feel like a lot of you Pisces are automatically going to do what's right for you. And you got something cooking. You definitely got something cooking. And for those of you who know what I'm talking about and who you listen, Spirit is supporting you in whatever you cooking up. Cook that shit up, Quay. Anyway, let's go. What is the advice for Pisces? Ooh, conflict. 23, 32. Yeah, this is somebody who's very defensive. There's somebody here who's in a defense mechanism, or they're in defense mode, or because there's conflict going on, you sense that you have to protect yourself. Spirit is co-signing that. Mrs. Puff. Somebody could be irritating the shit out of you, dancing on your motherfucking last nerve. The spikes came out. When somebody continued to fuck with you, the spikes came out. And then they shocked that now they got little, proverbial spikes in their hand. Love surrounds you, though. Look at that. A cycle is coming to an end for a lot of you guys of conflict and confusion. Yeah, change your perception. I feel like it's like the advice in this situation is that, hey, love surrounds you. You are protected. You have a team of not only spiritual helpers, but physical helpers out here supporting you in your journey, helping guide you down your path. And as you may be experiencing this conflict, turmoil, chaos, they want you to see maybe a larger vantage point of the situation with this change of perception. Because I feel like you're not taking into accountability, or not accountability, Lord, taking into account you're not necessarily fully taking into account how this could go well or how this could actually turn out positively, or what may be in store in the future that comes from this that's actually good. You're not seeing that right now. You only have a limited perspective because there's a lot going on behind the scenes that you don't see. This is something that Spirit is wanting you to trust them on. That's going to be hard for you to trust them on. A plight in life, a lot in life, a destiny in life, a job that you're going to have to do that is very hard to reconcile. This could even be a person who's very hard to reconcile with, you know. And I don't necessarily like all the themes of, Tyler Perry movies, but the last movie that I went to see with my mom before she passed away was Diary of a Mad Black Woman. And it was around my birthday. And when she pushed that man in that tub, child, that is something I will never forget. I saw that on the big screen. She pushed that man in that tub. He was blowing them bubbles like a fish, hanging on for dear life by a thread, bitch. I will never unsee that. And I don't necessarily totally agree with everything in that movie and the way it was played out, but I can grasp the sentiment that was attempting to be portrayed and the message behind it, even if it came from the wrong messenger. Anyway, is it too soon? But that is definitely something that I feel here. It's like, she pushed that nigga in the tub, and that was her get back, right? That was her time to say, yeah, now you in a wheelchair, bitch. Yeah. Now you can't walk. See what's going on? Now you a crippled motherfucker. Now you crippled, ain't you? You got the handicap sticker on your car, ain't you? Your license plate got a little blue man on it, don't it? You get to park at the front of the grocery store, bitch, because you're crippled. That was her moment. That was her aha, I told you so moment. And, in all honesty, she was given that. She deserved that. Because he did her dog shit dirty. She treated her worse than a dog, child. But at the end of the day, at least the sentiment that they, wanted to portray was that he, because of that, realized the error of his ways and wanted to turn his life around. Again, I'm not telling you to be anybody's savior. And that's the part of the movie that I don't necessarily agree with, because it was all in church and they had Promise Ring Girl. I love that girl. I'm just channeling, so I can't think of her name right now. Not Tiana Taylor, but sometimes a girl needs to know that she's appreciated for all the things she does with some sort of token of love. 'Cause without it, her young heart won't know. Heart won't know. I heard y'all. And right then, to my surprise, pulled out a small open box, pink ribbon tied. I'm wondering what's inside. He opened it and then he replied. He said, I promise not to hurt you, promise not to lie, promise to defend you and defend you with my life, promise you forever, promise you today. He said, will you wear my promise ring? I said, yes. So she was in there singing that hymnal, child. She was in there singing. Ooh, what was that song she sang? And no. Okay, wait. Oh, yeah. Father, can you hear me now? Father, can you hear me now? That's what she was singing. I just can't remember the beginning. But I remember that part where she was like, Father, we need you. Okay, period. I'm just saying, Pisces. I'm just saying. You know, and that's why I said I don't agree with everything in that movie, and I don't agree with the whole church, let God pray it, pray it away and all that. I don't necessarily relate to that. I don't resonate with that shit. But there's a certain level of forgiveness and there's a certain level of amnesty. It's just in my belief system, you don't kick a motherfucker while they down. I mean, you could tap them a little bit, but you can't just stomp them out while they down. That's crazy. So, whatever situation that you may be perplexed with, whether it's your situation or another person's situation, or how to move forward when it comes to a person who didn't want nothing for you but the grave, just do your best. You're not perfect, so you may not get it right, but that's okay. Do your best. And that's all you can do. And once you do that, send it off, let it go, put it above you for God, source, spirit, creator, universe, whoever you pray to deal with, and then move forward. But do your best to stay grounded and balanced when it comes to your perspective, and understand that there may be greater things that are resulting from these challenging situations that you just can't see yet. Okay, so I hope that helped y'all. Be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the live. Get in the comments. Let me know if it resonated, you guys. And if you found a great benefit in this reading and you want to take it a step further with your support, please consider donating through PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle, you guys. It is really helpful. I really appreciate all of you guys who donate, all of you guys who are members, all of you guys who comment and like the video and are subscribed. We are working on getting to 50K, you guys, and I'm really serious about it. I've been depressed for a long time and I just didn't give a fuck. But I really do want to get on my job, because I've only been operating at about like 25% of my full capability, and I want to be at 100% because I want us to get where we're supposed to go. And the only way that I can encourage y'all to do that is if I do it in my own life. So I just appreciate all of you guys who support the channel, and I hope these messages helped you. If you want me to pray for you, check out the link in my description box, okay, for the website. If you want me to do a reading for you with cards, check out the link in the description box for my website. If you want to just chat with me and you want me to be your pen pal, check out my website, you guys. I offer a plethora of services because I want us all to succeed. And I just hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, child. Anyway, we finna go. But remember, Pisces, this is our circle, booze. Always, always and forever. This moment with you is just like a dream to me that somehow came true.